folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a centre finder to mark the centre point of dowel rod. Now I use this for making fishing floats, and so I need to find the exact centre rather than just trying to do it by eye. I've done that in the past and you can't really get a consistent centre all the time. So I made myself this, which is a centre finder, and I'll show you how to make it in a moment. But first of all, let me just show you how it works. Grab the dowel, any length. Normally mine would probably be about so long, but put it into the device. Just do a quick mark, turn it through 90 degrees, another mark. You can put a third one in if you want, but it really doesn't make any difference. And that's what you end up with, a perfectly centre mark. So having shown you what it is and what it does, let's now show you how it's made. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I've taken some scrap wood. In this case it happens to be 18mm plywood. It could be MDF or it could be particle board with melamine face, entirely up to you, whatever's in your scrap box. I've cut them to the same length, as you can see. Not that it's particularly relevant, it's about 120mm long, but I'm not going to be doing any measurements on this as such. I just cut that because it's handy for me to hold on to and to keep my fingers away from the blade. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the diagonals at 45 degrees. In order to do that, and to make it easy for me, I'm just going to use a square on the sled. Now obviously you could use your mitre gauge, however you want to do it, it's entirely up to you. I'm doing it this way because I happen to have the sled on here and this is easy. So I'm going to put the wood into the slot, put the mitre gauge up, and then, as I say, keeping my fingers away from the blade, so that gives me my first 45 degree cut, and I'll do the same for the other one now. So there we go. Angles are cut 45 degrees, put them together, and that forms the basis of the device. All we need to do now, as you see, is to glue the two sides together. Make sure you don't make these to be flush, because what we're going to do is we're going to take the blade, in this case I've used aluminium, you can use plywood or whatever you have available, and I've offset these two to the depth of the blade. That means when I put the blade in, it'll be exactly in line with the centre there. I've squeezed out a little bit of the glue just to make sure that it sticks, but it's only been together for about a minute. So what I'm going to do is a final check. See, that's a little bit wobbly. By pressing down, do it against the wood here, press down, that will give you exactly what you require. And then just check to make sure the blade still fits. As you see, that's perfect. These are aligned in the centre, and now it's just a question of waiting for it to dry. The glue's dried. All I have to do now is to attach the blade. I've drilled a couple of holes in it, as you can see, and I'm going to fix it something like about there. I've allowed it to come slightly proud of the top of here, because I'm probably only ever going to use something like 25mm or 1-inch round dowel, and that's enough for me. I put the two screws in to hold the blade in place, but it still feels that this is a little bit long, so I'm just going to shorten it down on the table saw. And that's it folks, job done. Just one word of warning, I'm left-handed, so I put the blade on this side so I can use my left hand to mark it. If you're right-handed, put the blade on the other side. Well folks, that's it for another episode. I hope you'll find the centre finding device useful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to click the like button, and of course you can always subscribe. So as usual, bye for now.